No problem, man. I hope you guys are doing good. Let's see Steve on the team too. Two legends. I always talk about you, Howland, because we kind of came up into royalty together as casters. Yeah, I mean, second seed. That's impressive. For sure. That's the best way when you're just trying to have fun. I'm trying to, but you know, life gets busy. Now now I can't wait for the season to end.
First,
Two bros being dudes. Reminds me of Tropic Thunder in a way. You're a dude playing a dude. Two bros being dudes. Alright. Enough of that. Nobody wants to hear about that. We want a match. That's what we're here for. Yeah. Alrighty then. Let's get it on. Both of these teams have fought hard to get here. This is the semifinals of the 2v2 circuit. As Royalty Series NA Contender, C1-C2, 2v2. And that's a long clear going the other way, but unfortunate bounce now. Holy has to go up top. And we're still scoreless. As two converge to pinch. And gonna be pushed out to the other corner. Howland gets a 50 with Holy waiting. And he's all over the top. Should be interesting to see as this series unfolds. He is looking quite feisty in the air. But awkward back pass. That's a no-no. But I hit the post again. Okay, Steve. Pass to Howland. Back. This could be a shot opportunity. A slight touch just around. Wasn't sure if... who was that? Holy. Trying to recover. Might get a touch, but... Top tier shot just out of reach. Eternal Wolves. Strike first. As now Spartan Aries have some pressure. Holy can't get a handle on that one, but does get it around one and goes for the bump as well. And I like the play there, but didn't form up. Good recovery on the Wolves side as that's hitting the crossbar out. And Holy wants redemption, and he's going for more bumps, but somehow they survive. As we are back into the Aries half. That aggressive nature, I don't know how Spartan Aries didn't score. But much credit to Eternal Wolves. But touchback. Holy high bounce. Chaotic has to turn back. Well, blasted high. Howland looks a little awkward. Does get a touch. And Chaotic Perhaps trying to pass it, didn't get the angle. And we're past halftime, only a 1-goal difference. Pretty competitive so far. And Steve taking his time. Chaotic 50'd out. But that's going to be in a dead zone. This could be a shot opportunity. Holy. Does get it around. I don't know. It was looking a little sketchy. Only looked like he messed up a wave dash a little bit. Could be wrong. But what a pass. And Howland is waiting. What a dime. And they increase their lead. Some security. Eternal Wolves look keen to take game number 1. But still a minute 40 to go. Holy trying to get more bumps as well. And Chaotic doesn't have to get much. And that's kind of what we've expected on the earlier plays with how aggressive Holy was trying to clear the way. But that one does give a quick goal to Spartan Aries. And now you realize, well, down 2 isn't that big of a deal, because now it's very tied up. As Chaotic, awkward touch. Too awkward for the defense. And just like that, they're tied up. And can be a little bit easier to score in 2s versus 3s. But Howland is going to kind of bail out Holy as he had time to make that save. But a chip shot. Chaotic using it as tea time. And if he didn't win that, could have been trouble, but no mercy going forward. What is up, Doomed? Not awkward. And we are tied up again. Howland Gaming hovering around. And 2 miss, which means that's an open net. You guys see that packet loss? How sweet. But 3-3, 1 minute to play. A lot of goals being scored in the last minute. What a play! That was blasted. Might have came out, but the follow through as Steve putting it through, giving the lead back to Eternal Wolves. And my God, last minute or 2, back and forth. Your heart will have palpitations. That's a good blast. Holy enough to get it to the corner. Now Chaotic might have another touch, and it kind of lands for him, and he can just go forward. And that's the awkwardness of trying to challenge, facing back. And certainly Eternal Wolves want that chance back again. But we are tied yet again. And back and forth. As we're slowly seeing defense slip away. We're seeing mistakes come out. And a nice read from Howland, as only thought that bounce would get by. But 50'd. And Chaotic has some time to take it. But not much time. And Howland, last second, gonna be challenged. And more demos as OT game 1. Did you expect anything different? Holy has a chance here. Oh my goodness, it goes in, and that's been indicative of the game. Just some awkward plays. Put something together, bounce off a car, and that's how it goes. Alright, so just making sure we're all good to go. But a close battle in game 1. Spartan Aries take it in OT. So we will be heading to Forbidden Temple, game 2. And keeping a close eye on how Eternal Wolves respond to that first loss in OT. Awkward goal at that as well. But do they come out firing? That's a chance for Chaotic. And Holy almost found the angle. Sorry, English is hard. But that was almost a very impressive angle, and Chaotic, as he ventures back, just gets a touch on the far right side. 50 gets it by. Can he get there? Trying, but saved by Howland. Now Holy pulling out the flash, if you know what I mean. He's going toward his own net. And Holy actually had a chance to shoot there. He's just going to let Chaotic do it. And Howland gets another save. As hit the post again, trying to challenge. But a series of shots, series of pressure, finally went out. And that double commit costly. As Chaotic just throwing one on. Knows he doesn't need too much. It says it's 99% in. And that is 100. And that's how it goes. The plays continue, obviously. I'm seeing plenty of awkward goals go in, and we're only 2 games into this. Howland trying the challenge. Chaotic gets by, has to 50, does so. And Howland quick to be there. Plenty of time. Trying to go up the wall. That one's given up though. Chaotic took Holy. That's flying back. So they're applying some pressure here. Holy goes all the way back though. Perhaps could have applied the pressure, but maybe has something in plan. And there's a chance there. As going back to the corner. Howland in trouble. Holy taking some space, taking some boost. Pop. Gonna be denied and going for that bump, but it's gonna come late. And Chaotic opts to go wide. Lucky for him, that's not coming back to net. But demo out. Now right back to offense. Off the backboard. And Howland is there to buy some time. But 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. Halftime. And 1 goal apiece. And it's kind of how game 1 was. Low scoring. And then after a halftime hit, we saw plenty of goals. Holy needs some help. And almost led to a demo of his own teammate. Big 50. And right now it's tough to gain any ground. There's been a lot of 50s, a lot of challenging. Chaotic does get one over though. And that's the play they like to do. Send Holy, have the bump, have the demo. Chaotic shooting. But obviously put yourself in a 2v1 situation advantage. More often than not, good things are going to happen. Chaotic. Down to Howland, who trying to line this up. And hovering near the net. Chaotic. Errant touch. Needs Holy to get one. And he does, but that's going downfield. And Holy opts to keep it close. And more 50s come out as Chaotic beats at the midfield. And Chaotic's been showing some speed. And there is another sign. But who's taking this? Holy gets a flick. Howlin on defense. But 1 minute left. Holy hovering. Wants another goal. Just to boost that security. 2 goals in under a minute. In twos. We see how it can falter. Definitely not like threes. Howlin on target. And they control the midfield. They have a 2v1 as well. But Chaotic a little bit awkward. Howlin showing his speed. And that's a big goal as they're trying to tie it up. Maybe another shot at OT redemption. Howlin. Nice touch from Chaotic. Howlin just waiting for the mistake. Did not happen. But bit of space. Chaotic can't go though. That's in front of net. Holy has an advantage there with boost and trying to feed it mid. And just gonna keep on challenging as game 2, another close one, but Aries take it again as they're up 2 in the series. But I know you love the clacking of the keyboard. Oh my goodness. Thanks for the bits, dude. Surprised you have bits. Alright, so timeout called in a best of 7. You have that right. So Eternal Wolves, they are talking things over. Or maybe not. Sometimes just a good breather. Even just to break things up, it honestly does do something. I guess we could get the old timer countdown. We got a little over a minute left. Alright, so yeah, official 50 seconds left. But so far, been close games. Easily could have been going the other way, especially that OT. Alright, dude, chill with the bits, man. Chill. Save your money. Alright, there it is. Imagine we just keep that timer ring the whole time. No one will get annoyed. Alright, dude, chill. Stop. You don't need to. It goes to the abyss. But almost the right start for Eternal Wolves. As game 3 is here. They definitely want to win on the board. Don't want to go down 3-0 in this best of 7. Just had them, just chilling with them. What made you get the bits? I don't know if I've ever actually bought bits, honestly, but what a shot. I hit the post again, did not hit the post. That's straight in. That's a doomed angle right there. He's just hovering over him. Well, I appreciate it. But of course, no one needs to spend extra money on the stream. But 1 goal lead for Eternal Wolves as they're trying to turn their luck around, turn the tide of the series. Good turnaround from Howland, showing how to do it. Yeah, I do have some high peeps that have donated. One of which is Holy Blade. But yeah, very fortunate to have supporters like that. 6 more for achievement. You're always looking at the at the stats. You're easily roped in. But 1 goal lead still for Eternal Wolves. Definitely not enough to be complacent. But we've seen some good play from Steve. He's taking the time, getting those pops. And Holy trying to play lead blocker. Holy trying to recover. Chaotic wise to not push forward. He's not sure when the recovery will happen. We have a bump on the other side. As Chaotic gets a touch. Midfield. Holy gonna turn on with Chaotic. But can't get the pass midfield. Missed opportunity. And good challenge though from Howland in front of the net. But staying in that corner and Chaotic trying to turn it up. But pass to Howland. Has another, and that should be an open net. Oh no. And they're still up by 1, still firing, and the net is still open. Howland Gaming shows everyone how it's done. Up by 2. And what could be considered a must-win. $400? Is it? It's RX, right? Yeah, man was crazy at a time. Pretty much completely funded our biggest tourney. But nothing doing there. We're venturing under a minute. And Spartan Aries, they need a goal. Need something. They've been lifeless here. And that one given away too. If that just goes in, that would be deflating. But Howland in a rough spot, bringing it in front of mid. Holy, nice turnaround, and actually had that more open than he thought. Can't blame him for thinking it would get saved. But 30 seconds. Flick! Oh, and he can't complete it. It was almost somebody. That's a powerful flick. And moments like that, you're just like, why can't it just go in? But that's how Rocket League works. At least for a lot of people like me. Bar in does not exist in this world. But 10 seconds left. Holy trying. That's a bit of a double commit. Chaotic. Gonna need some magic. Gets a pinch, but fizzles out. And Eternal Wolves stay alive. Get a win on the board. Much needed. So they had the timeout. And so far, it was effective. We're going to Sovereign Heights Game 4. Alright, what the hell? You said you had no more, dude. Chill. Are you sure you're not buying this? You need to save the money for the baby. But Game 4 is here. Eternal Wolves trying to tie up the series. They got one win, trying to continue on. Sometimes one win puts forth a lot of momentum. But we're also going to see how Spartan Aries respond to a loss. I imagine not taking it kindly, as Chaotic being very aggressive on that one. You're third. It's all part of the achievements. You're so easily roped in, dude. They got you. They got you good. What? High bounce. Chaotic actually reads it, but that's gonna be saved as extra measure from Steve. And Howland does give that one away. Totally puts it right back. And midfield, missed touch. Chaotic able to float gently and finish that off. Had an open net, and what a play. Chaotic starts things off right for his squad. Up by 1. As they're not trying to lose 2 straight. Holy. Uncontested in the air. Does get a touch. No one to bump through. But there he is. Almost gets the bump there. And it's almost a bit of a chess match there. You push too much. Then your teammate's in a 2v1. Especially if you don't get the bump. But if you do, kid pay off. You know, that's always interesting thing about Rocket League. Strategy as Chaotic just enough and has Holy to help him out. And gotta be careful with those back passes, because that happens. As we are tied up, Eternal Wolves on the board. And Holy trying to get a quick one, but that's a touch, and it's going through. Needs a little more effort. Does get it, but bar end does not exist here. But very clutch shot from Chaotic. As again, if Eternal Wolves take this one, as Holy puts in another at halftime. If Eternal Wolves take this one, now that momentum shifts in a big way. They win 2 straight. Spartan Aries might be thinking, how how did it come to this? How do we get back to what we were doing? But said they don't have to think about that right now. They're up by 2 and can continue to play their game. But Chaotic giving a lot of space, and what a save. And another shot. Nice follow through. I hit the post again. Puts it in. And that's a good series of events for them. And a 2v1 situation, like we say. Put yourself in 2v1s. Good things happen. Another shot. Wide as Holy wants the bump. Howland hanging out. Now back to the drawing board. A quick turnaround. Holy not given any time. And
cosplay, does she dress up?
Oh no, he's redeeming itself.
The rhinos are gonna fuck me.
Hey, that's doomed. But 1 minute 30 seconds to go, and if that was a pass, I don't know, I expected more out of it. It almost found its destination, though, and that crossbar is ruthless. Not letting any go in. As that security gonna be eliminated. Instead, Eternal Wolves, they are still in this, and if they could just recover, maybe get a shot on target. But Holy quick to recover on defense. And 50'd out. You can see this back and forth play. You know, this next goal is huge. And flying high. Another double commit playing both teams at times. But Howland could turn this one around quickly. Has a touch. It's going to be awkward for Chaotic. And that's going to be going wide. But miscue. But Holy is able to get behind it and smartly lets it drop and stays behind instead of putting it on his car. That last second adjustment, huge. Put it on your car. That might be going in. But 1 second left. Now we're at 0. And that's a good clear. Spartan Aries take another close game. It's been an incredible series so far. Very close games throughout. We are going to Aquadome Game 5. But just looking at the shots, you kind of get a tail of the tape. See a lot of pressure coming from Aries. Not as much from Wolves, but efficiency. And what does that tell you? The double commits, the aggression, sometimes gets Aries in trouble. Sometimes rewards Wolves. So that's pretty much the theme what we're watching on. Game 5 is here. Match point as a quick shot already. Spartan Aries perhaps not playing any games here. They want to seal this. But big 50. Holy does get a touch. Howland waiting at the mid. And making it awkward. He's hovering. Alright. That's a quick server reset. If you're in chat, just add us the password. Just to make sure we don't get into the same one. We want to make sure. Yeah, it's be super unfortunate just load into the same one. It was an excuse to add him. You caught me. Alright. We're hoping for some better luck around here with the servers. This is Rocket League, truly. But we are here again. And also, that's a note for anybody playing in leagues. You know, you sense anything, immediately say something. That's how it's done. Especially before any goals are getting scored. So you want a lesson in what to do for a server reset. You feel any lag or any problems, you say it immediately. But touched out to the side, chaotic. Gonna rip one, and what a save! Haaland is there. Had a little space where it could score, but Haaland had it covered. But still tied 0-0 after 1 minute of play. And let's not forget this score line. Spartan Aries, match point, trying to close it out. Meanwhile, Eternal Wolves, they are trying to stay alive. And once again, a reminder, a lot of these games have been a 1-goal difference. So that's how close it's been. Could have easily been a different tale on the scoreline. But Haaland blasting it, and Chaotic is there. I've seen some good defense so far from both sides. And I'd say both are locked in. Surely we won't see any more awkward goals go in because of how locked in they are. And that's a tactical fake twice. You know, bring them in. It's all part of the strategy you just saw. And ventured up with a demo, but no shot. As Holy using some good skills to stay with it. Low boost, and Chaotic has An open net to work with. Doesn't have to fire it on the crossbar. That is going in. Spartan Aries take the first goal. And it took all the way to halftime. But now they have the lead. And looking pretty good so far in Game 5. But Howland might have something else to say. And they're sending the house. Howland gonna venture back to the other corner. Holy gets a touch. Staying in front of the net. As Chaotic trying to just force something awkward. Good challenge. Chaotic there, right to follow though. And Crossbar still undefeated. More time ticking away as Chaotic trying to 1v2. And a nice touch! Holy is there though. That's a good setup. Holy leading the way, and you know that's trouble. A 2v1, Holy lead blocker. And up by 2. 111, make a wish. As Eternal Wolves trying to make it as well. And that's open, kind of. Somehow, it's not going in. Are you kidding me? But the effort is relentless. Chaotic does capitalize, and Holy, little fake challenge, and then turning around. Wisely using the space and the boost to his advantage. But up by 3. And looks like 30 seconds left. Rough chance there, bouncing out. But sometimes that's what happens. You give such effort throughout much of the series, then you finally see something break through. And like we said, there's been close games throughout, so something bound to break. Aries fully bringing it here as they're closing it out, and add another. Chaotic puts in the 4th one. And Doom says GG's. Agreed. So big shout out to both teams, Spartan Aries and Eternal Wolves, for showing up and putting on a display. And like we said, scoreline doesn't tell everything because such close games, OT. And yeah, could have easily been a different series scoreline. But if you voted Spartan Aries, you are correct. Where's that prediction at?
You know I make you feel good.
But yeah, we would like to thank everyone for showing up or just viewing. Appreciate it regardless. And that's gonna do it for the cast.